and make top four, because I still cling on to the fact that United can make top four. The last game for Ruud Van Nistelrooy today at Old Trafford. All four of them have been at Old Trafford in his interim period, but we're just all hoping that we give Ruud, the legend of this football club, the send-off he deserves today by smashing Leicester. A win will do. A win by any margin will do. Points are massive for United right now. If you watched my morning show earlier on today, you would have listened to me talk about where Manchester United are in the table compared to the points that are on the board right now. Obviously, Ineos has made a decision and getting rid of Ten Hag. The results were going one way, but the optimism around Manchester United should be upbeat right now. It should be one of, let's move forward in this league table. Let's get up that table and make top four, because I still cling on to the fact that United can make top four. Yes, we can, and I'm going to tell you why right now. I did talk about it in the video this morning, like I said. And looking at the league table right now, the way the results are going, the way that results go today, Manchester United, if we beat Leicester, there's a chance that we could still be in 13th in the league. But if we beat Leicester today, with the way that everybody's capitulating right now, and by capitulate I mean be massively inconsistent, United could be 4 points off the top four. Now let that sink in a minute. The doom and gloom merchant, some would say that was me. I disagree. I always look at things as they are, and I'll say it as I see it, as you say. A lot of people don't like that, but I'm sorry, that's just up to you to decide what you want to look at this table like, or how you want to see how my opinion actually comes across in this. But I actually look at this with Amarin coming in as United having the opportunity to make top four. I've said it all along. I think when we got rid of Ten Hag, when we got rid of Ten Hag, we could make it. I thought that was the right decision for Ineos. I still thought the season was salvageable. And 4 points off top four if we beat Leicester today. I tell you what, I'm taking that with all of the carnage that has gone on around Old Trafford and around Manchester United recently. I think that's a top result. Personally, I do. I think that is as good as we probably could have hoped for going into this next phase after international break with a new manager. If Ruud Van Nistelrooy gets that win today, he deserves massive, massive, massive amounts of credit. He is an absolute legend of this football club, and he's come in and he's done a great job. I just hope it goes well for him today and United just get the result and they play for him. The players actually turn up and play for Van Nistelrooy today because he's backed them. He has given them the chance. He has changed it up. He's given players opportunities that should have been given opportunities. He's dropped players that should have been dropped. He has changed everything that Erik Ten Hag was doing before in 4 games and got a positive reaction out of it. Yeah, the football's not great, but what's he supposed to do? He's not going to be in this full time. He knows that. And can you really expect him to get a complete different style of play out of these players which have failed us all season and seasons before? Well, I believe, personally, that there has been a slight change in play, but just in attitude. And that's all that Van Nistelrooy could have brought. That's all he could have brought to the table for Man United. And I feel like he has done a very, very good job. And I just hope it isn't ruined today by these players. I'm not going to say down tools, but not showing enough. You know what I mean? Not showing enough. Like, it's one thing asking these players to stand up and perform in that United shirt. It's another to ask them to do it at Old Trafford with 70-odd thousand behind them. But surely, with that, and then that, and now this, which is Ruud Van Nistelrooy's last game, we are going to get the win today. I mean, come on. What more impetus do these players need to actually put on a show and get a performance for Man United today? Seriously, go play for the fans, go play for Ruud Van Nistelrooy, give absolutely everything. And the quality that we know this team has got should shine through. I keep going back to it. This team, I do believe, has got qualities. They have. We've seen it before, so we know that they've got it. They haven't got the head. They haven't got the mentality. And they haven't got the sheer willingness and pride to actually go out on that pitch and perform consistently. That's the only problem we've got with this team right now. And I say only, but it's the biggest. And that's what will be sieved out, hopefully, by Ineos in backing Ruben Amorim going into this summer. Let's see who plays. Let's see who plays for Amorim. Let's see who plays for him when he comes in. But I feel like if I was Ruben Amorim right now, I would be watching these 4 games, knowing that Ten Hag had gone, knowing that Ruud is an interim and a new manager was coming around, that I would look at these players now, watching intently onto how they conduct themselves on the pitch, how they come across, what effort are they putting in, the body language, their attitude, like the support for the teammates. I feel like all of that will be taken into consideration. I'm watching right now Like, every single game counts. You can't just forget about these 4 games because they're an interim and they're nothing. It feels like that's what's happened. I said this through the week with a Pout game. It just feels like these games under Van Nistelrooy they've just had nothing about them. It's like the calm before the storm. And we all know what's coming with Ruben Amorim coming through the door. But still, looking at it, you've got to just say, look, this is Van Nistelrooy's last game. It's probably going to be his last game at Manchester United, personally. That's how I see it going down. Whether or not things change, we were talking about it early on about do we think that Van Nistelrooy will stay, as apparently crunch talks with Ruben Amorim going on tomorrow when he arrives. I don't know. Look, the way it's going, the amount of staff that's coming in, everyone's going to be leaving Manchester United. And we know that Ineos haven't really got a problem with that. We know they're going to get rid of him. So this really could be Van Nistelrooy's last day at Old Trafford working for the football club. There's no guarantee he's going to come back in the future as a manager. We don't know. I mean, there's plenty of managers that would want that job after Ruben Amorim later down the line. So really, we've just got to look at this today as this is Ruud's last day. It is. If he stays, brilliant tomorrow. But as it stands, it's his last day. Go out there and get the win. Go out there and perform for the manager. Perform for a legend of this football club. Actually show the fans as well that you do care. I know the players care. I know they do. But do they care enough when things are not going right? Do they care enough when they are 1 goal behind? When things don't go out on the pitch with a decision or the refereeing decision goes in? It's like the collapse and the mental breakdown of these players in games and adversity in games this season has been there for everybody to see. You know what? Just keep going till the final whistle. Give absolutely everything. I think Ruud will set them up the way he needs to set them up. We're going to see changes, I feel, from that back line. I think De Ligt and Martinez will be back in at centre-back. We'll have the usual duo on either side of Mazraoui and Dalot. Obviously, Anana in goal. Interesting to see what he does with the midfield. Does he bring Christian Eriksen back in? Because he did talk about Eriksen in his press conference before the game, talking about good that he's got 30 minutes back in. Maybe he rests Casemiro. Maybe he brings Ugarte back out. Bruno will play. I think it'll be one of the other two. I think it will be Ugarte and one of Casemiro and Eriksen. I think Ugarte is in now. And I think it's between the other two. Obviously, the older statesmen of the team, the 2 oldest players. So, yeah, I would say Casemiro and Eriksen to partner with Ugarte, Bruno in that 10 role again. And then I think it should be Garnacho, Ahmad and Rasmus Højlund. Simple as that. And Garnacho's done more than Marcus Rashford has all season. And Marcus Rashford really just needs to pull his finger out and start playing football again. It's as simple as that for me. And learn from being on the bench. Come on and show what you're made of. We know that Rashford's got it as well as every other player in his team. I know he has. I just don't like the way he's playing at the moment. I don't like his attitude. That's just my opinion on it. And I think Garnacho and Ahmad deserve as much game time as what Rashford does. Xerxes, I don't see making a team. He'll be on the bench again. Obviously, he's still not up to speed. And I think he's struggling to get up to speed in. Get up to speed in the Premier League and what it's all about. But you know what? Time will tell. We'll see what Ruben does with him. I don't expect anything today from Xerxes, to be honest. Hopefully he gets a cameo and does well. But yeah, I think the players on the bench are just as important, as the ones that are on the pitch today. You've got to show a united team, actually be united. And when you do come off, don't sulk, don't be a bitch about it. And you know what? You're coming off for a reason. You're not performing enough. Surely this has to sink in sooner or later with these players. If you're off, it's because you're crap. You're not doing enough. God, it's top elite level football. When will it sink in with these players? Honestly, sometimes it baffles me as to how people protect these players and how people actually make excuses for them. It really does. But look, I'm probably an old school fan who just expects a little bit too much sometimes. But honestly, I think the way that I'm thinking is probably the way forward. Personally, I would say that. It's my opinion, obviously. But I feel like it's been proven over the last few years, and this is how I look at it, that this sort of soft-soaping, mollycoddling these players is clearly not working. Look at the results on the pitch. For God's sake, if the table doesn't tell you everything, the amount of trophies doesn't tell you everything, and how badly we've performed season after season recently in the last decade, if that doesn't tell you everything, then I worry for you, I do. These players are too soft. They need that firm hand, and if they don't like it, then they leave. That's exactly how this setup needs to be at Manchester United now. Anyway, that's my team. My prediction is 3-1 to Manchester United. Get your predictions in as well in the comments below, everyone. Let me know what you think. How is this game going today? Who's scoring the goals? Do you know what? Here's one interesting for you, what people wouldn't think. Garnacho will score today. I think Christian Eriksen will score today, and off the bench, Marcus Rashford will score today. And I will celebrate that goal because I am a United fan, contrary to what some people think. But yes, let's go Reds. Come on, let's get the 3 points for Ruud and let's get moving forward into the new Amorim era with a bang. Get your comments in below, give the video a like, make sure you have subscribed to Forever United TV, and I'll see you outside Old Trafford.